to anyone else. Now you've come here, begging me to change. You want me to change my mind. That man, you love me, spending all the money, you love me, living with a broken heart. So no more chances to leave me. I hope you can understand that I will never be a fool again. Never be a fool again. Mitigated is the gone you seem to possess. It was you that left me broke and scattered and mad. To even intimate we should get together, truly offends. 'Cause I'm not that silly fool. You was led by the nose. For you to see me that way gives you joy, I suppose. And as I walk away, this you should know. You should know that I'm that man. You left me, spending all the bottom line. I'm that same man. You left me, living with a broken heart. No more chances to leave me. Hope you can understand, but I will never be a fool again. Never be a fool again. I'm that man. You left me, spending all the bottom line. I'm that same man. You left me, living with a broken heart. No more chances to leave me. Hope you can understand, but I will never be a fool again. Never be the fool You left me, spending all the bottom line. Spending all the bottom line. Living with a broken heart. No more chances to leave me. Hope you can understand, but I will never be a fool again. You left me, spending all the bottom line. I'm the same man. You left me, living with a broken heart. No more chances to leave me. The day that you left, I broke down and cried. Didn't wanna believe you could tell me goodbye. After all the promises and plans we made, you changed. But that was the day I promised myself never give my hopes and dreams to anyone else. Now you've come here, begging me to change. You want me to change my mind. That man, you left me, spending all the money, you left me, living with a broken heart. So no more chances to leave me. I hope you can understand that I will never be a fool again. Never be a fool again. Mitigated is the gone you seem to possess. It was you that left me broke and scattered and mad. To even intimate we should get together, truly offends. 'Cause I'm not that silly fool. You was led by the nose. For you to see me that way gives you joy, I suppose. And as I walk away, this you should know. You should know that I'm that man. You left me, spending all the bottom line. I'm that same man. You left me, was you that left me broken, scattered and mad. To even intimate, we should get together. Truly offends. 'Cause I'm not that silly fool. You're what's led by the nose. For you to see me that way gives you joy, I suppose. And as I walk away, this you should know. You Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. Put the big and round world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn world. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
Hey everybody, Bet Online is the place to be. This is the last of the major sports leagues, and it's off and rolling, and college basketball is ready to go as well. And Bet Online remains your top spot for all your live betting action and content. This is your man Lloyd Spence, and listen, from NFL to college football to UFC and NHL, all are in full swing, and Bet Online is the #1 source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. Like everybody predicted the Rangers was going to win the championship, but they didn't. But we did though. Okay, all the hoops betting action, along with every sport available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to the Bet Online today, and remember to use your promo code BELIEVE. 50% welcome bonus if you do that. It's on your first deposit. It's Bet Online. That's where the game starts. Tell them the noisemakers.
What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor and spreading out. Speaking for the people who must go around. Taking truth to power with a whisper and a shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey, yeah. Say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is a sign of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise. Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. We're talking noise. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ. Talkin NOIZ. We're talking noise. Talkin NOIZ. Talkin NOIZ.
2, 1, ready, come on.
What's going on, good people? You see what it is. Still sponsored by Bet Online. It's your man, Lloyd Spence, Mama Noise. And they got me in tight on this shot. I mean, my face is in the screen. There we go. How you doing, Mama Noise?
I'm well.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Let me just tell you, after the show, we're going to talk.
Oh.
We're going to talk.
Okay.
I want you to know that. We're going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I might not use words when we do it, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, my. Oh, glory. Oh, glory.
Nope.
Oh, man, I forgot the intro for the night show. We made a special intro for the night show.
Okay.
Are you there? I think Cuz in the building. While Cuz is getting situated, Mama Noise, you got to see the intro for the night show. It's the bomb. Watch
okay.
This.
Okay.
Yes, boy. He only knew her for a little while, but he had grown accustomed to her style. She had the cutest ass he ever seen. He did too, they were meant to be. They loved to kiss on the steps of the side. It looked like rain on a birds do fly. I love you, baby, I love you so much. Maybe we can stay in touch. Meet me in another world, space and joy. Fools that rebel among the girls and boys. He gave her all the love that anyone can, but she was promised to another man.
That nice?
That was cool.
That nice?
And it tells you that, they got some rhythm.
I'm just saying, shout out to my Asian community, still keeping it hip hop, still keeping it gangster.
I mean, they was like, I'm like, okay.
I can't wait to tell you after the show about that video. There's more to tell you about that video.
Catherine said she loved that.
Huh? Wasn't that nice, Catherine? Shout out to Catherine.
I mean, that was like,
we got great taste, man.
Gotta keep it funky.
Yeah, man. So listen, we've been rushing. I ain't gonna hold you. We've been rushing this evening. Not rushing as in the ethnicity, but rushing as in we were, rushing to get the show up to you tonight.
Kyrie, where you at? In the chat.
Huh?
Kyrie in the chat. Talk about he want one of those for his next birthday.
I got you, homie. I got you. Matter of fact, I have one ready for you for Saturday night.
What?
I have one ready for you for Saturday night. That's another gift from me to you, my guy. Yeah. I don't know what Cuz is doing.
Oh, okay.
I not see him on the screen, but I don't see him on the screen. So there he is.
Uh-huh.
Oh Lord, he went and put
That's why tickets.
I'm surprised your skin ain't melting.
Oh my gosh.
I can't say nothing. You know what? It's hard to talk trash when your team really sucks. Like, you want to, you be like, ooh. And then you think about your team, you be like, nah, I should probably just be quiet. I should probably just be quiet. Ain't nothing to say. Your team sucks the way my team sucks right now. You just have to take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's just what it is.
You think your team sucks?
They suck, bro. Like it suck. They suck.
But Mr. Noise,
you have to put no.
I want to ask one simple question. What's different about this year versus the previous 10 years?
We made the playoffs last year, player. Don't do that. Don't do that. We made the playoffs last year, and let's not go through the history. Let's stay in the moment because you're gonna lose the history battle. You're gonna lose the history battle. You're gonna lose it bad. Because at the end of the year, we both gonna be in the same place anyway. It don't really matter.
You guys have lost, I believe, 16 straight games. So let's just move on.
To y'all, yes. But y'all have lost 25 straight years of playoffs to get to the Super Bowl or even a conference championship. So really, let's move on. Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
In Jersey, and we own y'all. Notice I said Jersey and not New York. We own y'all in Jersey, and we own you here.
Do what? What'd you say? What'd you say, Smart?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's have it. We want to have a good night. But plus, it really don't matter to me anyway because the Rangers won the championship. That's all I care about right now. That's it. That and now if the Lakers start heating up like they've been doing, then I'll care about that too. But you know, I got something to cheer about this fall. All fall, I'm good. I am good. Okay, Mama knows you ain't got to check completely out when we talk about sports.
I mean, you know.
See how she just checked completely out? Because I didn't like that. I didn't like that part of what Mama Noise did just now. Stay in the moment.
Don't fuss at me because you want to fuss at Cuz. I didn't do it.
I didn't fuss at Cuz. I just let Cuz know.
You know, he came in, you know, flossing his cowboy gear, and he like, oh,
I only have two trolls in my life when it comes to sports, and that's Cuz and Kendrick Haskins. And they're gonna let me know. They're gonna let me know. But I will say this: they both have been very understanding this year because they see what I'm going through with the Giants. So they're kind of like, I'm gonna let them live this year.
But have they seen you since Sunday's game?
I don't understand, to be honest with you. I don't
understand either. But you know, I know my new quarterback is gonna be amazing though.
I've been understanding towards you, and I'm just, you know, no.
Yeah, I don't understand the team, but I do understand what's going on. But my new quarterback is gonna be amazing, so I'm not tripping.
I agree.
You know what, Lloyd? When you said that, I know this is not shade, but you know, when you said that, you make me, you know, it was a movie that kept saying, "My new girlfriend, she gonna cook me anything I want." My new girlfriend, she gonna do whatever I ask her to do. My new girlfriend gonna make me, you know, do. It's like, okay, but you like, she ain't here yet, sir. But he's just saying, he's speaking to his future.
I'm speaking to listen. Mama Noise, the Bible says you got to call those things that are not as though they were. Glory.
Right.
I hear you. I just, you know, it seems kind of weird.
Because I even had a surprise for you this weekend. And you didn't even show up to get it. I had a great surprise for you. Hold on. I was going to take you to the church house. I was going to take you right up into the church house. But first, I was going to give you a little some of this.
Whatever you
Holy white man. I was going to give you some of that. You know what I'm saying? And then I was going to back it up with a little bit of this. I thought you would enjoy this.
I can call him in the middle of the night. I can call him in the morning. I can call him in the middle of the night. I can call him
Jesus promised.
Jesus promised he'll take care of me.
Come on now.
Jesus promised he'll take care of me. Jesus promised he'll take care of me.
See what I had ready for you, man?
That's my kind of music. That's my kind of music. The only
Do you know what
problem,
I'm saying?
the only problem I noticed is Mama Noise was popping her fingers like she know the song.
She knew that song. She knew that song. She knew that song. She got that was on the
Are you
line.
trying to
That was-
come for me like I don't know no gospel song? I just because I don't know the ones that you got to blow the book off, the dust off the book and turn the pages. You know, the hymn book as well as you do. I mean, I'm just
wow, that escalated quickly. The whole thing just escalated to a whole different place.
saying. Well, why are you bobbing your head? What? I ain't no criminal.
I recommend it wherever you need. Anthony Bruce said that Hulk Hogan thing. That's a scary Holy Ghost, boy. What if the Holy Ghost looked like that for real and came into your bedroom?
Nope.
Or came into your church and was like, well, you know something, brother. You better catch this Holy Ghost.
Boy, the daylights scared.
You know,
The niggas would get some act right. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I actually know that song, but I can't think of the group that sings that song. What is it?
That's the Canton Spirituals.
I recommend them. What's the title?
It sounds like the Canton Spirituals. Now I could be wrong, but it sounds like the lead voice sounds like Harvey Watkins from the Canton Spirituals.
I think that is the Canton Spirituals. I think you're right. I think
whatever you need. I think whatever you need. I recommend it. I recommend it. What if Hulk Hogan was singing quartet music? Niggas would get some act right then too.
Oh my gosh. Some act right.
Well, you know something, brother. I went down in the water, and the water was cold, and it chilled my body,
but not my soul.
Job, Mama Noise, you know that too.
Listen, she knows some shit.
Lloyd,
Mama Knows you do know some shit. It's true. What? You do. You know some shit. You know Jesus.
My
you
mama
know
said,
Jesus.
My mama said, I want you to sing that. Come sing that at my church. I said, oh.
She wants you to sing that at your church.
She want me to sing. I know I've been changed.
Okay.
Oh, I know I've been changed. Good Lord, now
Mama Noise.
know I've been changed. You know the angels in heaven done sign my name.
She can't hear you. Say it again, cuz.
Mama Noise, Mama Noise, Mama Noise.
I know. You want me to be quiet?
He's happy for you, I think.
Are you telling me I'm singing it out of the wrong key?
No, you say it fine.
Do I need to say E flat?
No.
One for one, LaShawn Pace. Now you just can't.
That's my mama's song. That's her song.
I like how black people will claim a song in church like can't nobody else have the song but them.
I mean, you know,
that's my song.
And can't nobody else.
Niggas would claim a song. Anthony Bruce said that was kind of vanilla.
That's because
she can't just blow it out, Anthony Bruce, on a live podcast.
I mean,
but you gotta hold something back.
But you have to blow on that song.
Yeah, you gotta now listen. If she was singing it, I've heard her singing in real time. She can sing it. I will give my baby the credit that she has earned.
I mean, I done got butchered for softly singing the song. You ain't singing right. You ain't singing loud.
No, you can sing it. I know you can sing it. I've heard you sing it.
I'm not putting stank on it, Anthony Bruce. You know what?
Mama Noise, black people do like steak now.
That is certain.
We like steak. We don't want you just singing something.
Mm-hmm. They like it funky.
With the funk, with the stank. That's how we prefer our songs.
Clearly. Thank you.
You can't go into that type of song scared.
Mm-hmm. Although these new school kids, they like vegan songs.
Vegan?
Yeah. They like the little runs. Woo, oh, they want vegan shit. They don't want real stank. They want runs and cuteness.
Well,
Yeah, they don't want that.
If you can't make an ugly face when you sing your gospel song, you're not really singing your gospel song. I need at least 1 to 2 ugly faces in my gospel music.
Well, you heard what was it?
Shirley? My nose don't do this. You ain't saying shit. You ain't saying shit. You ain't singing.
Pastor Shirley Caesar said, "Where's the oil? Where's your oil, honey?"
Yeah, you ain't got no oil on it. You ain't got no oil.
I didn't hear the oil.
That's
on
what I'm saying, Mama. No, you using that vegan shit. You using that fake shit.
You know,
real gospel music requires a stank face.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if a stank and a shake is what we call it.
Is that what they call it? Oh yeah, you gotta shake your head at the same time.
And if you can give me and if you can get a stank, a shake, and a wave, you
and like
saying that shit. You saying that.
Like, and you gotta stand up with aggression, like I'm gonna throw this shoe over there.
Right. You make me stand up, you done something. I don't stand up for everybody.
That's true.
But if I stand up and give you the stank face and the wave,
you like.
If I give you a hard wave, you really singing.
You said that brother went to the well with that.
Cuz look like a hard wave person, just a swipe. Are you a swipe person?
Yes, he is.
You look like a swipe person. You don't look like you're gonna do this.
No, he don't do that.
Give us that. That's
he don't do that. He's
too effeminate.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
You look like or you look like a.
You know, close the screen. Hilarious.
One second.
Okay. Put in the chat what kind of person you are. Are you a finger pointer?
Oh yeah, there's people that do that. Yeah. Like, you know.
Or are you one of the ones that get up and start peeking around like
are you gonna come on through? Are you gonna come all the way through, or you don't play with it now? You gonna come on?
Yeah. You tilt your ear over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you
ever kicked off, he talking to me.
Yeah, if you ever kicked off your high heels at some point during the song, if your ass came barefooted, I don't understand why you wear shoes in the first place.
Listen,
you can't hit them nose barefoot with them shoes on.
When Fantasia started singing at Aretha Franklin's funeral and took her shoes off,
I can sing. Fantasia make everything sound gospel. Like she was singing some Ichi Coochie Wawa Da Da the Lady Marmalade.
Yeah.
I said she done took this song to church. I'm feeling the Holy Ghost. What is going on?
The first time I seen it, I was floored. I was like, "Girl, you better get out of here!" She walked that thing, man. I mean,
walked. Feeling the Holy Ghost doing Lady Marmalade.
She is the shoe kicking this off person I ever seen in my life. She will take her shoes off in a New York Minute and start on the stage.
I say, she talking about having sex? I think the song's about having sex. She can't have sex and have the Holy Ghost at the same time.
Well, no.
Don't you have to choose?
I would hope so.
Because ain't the song Lady Marmalade about having sex? Like
I don't know, because I don't know the itchy gitchy.
Itchy gitchy gaia da da.
I don't know what
mocha chocolata vava, whatever it is.
That look like chocolate mocha. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to get somebody to define.
What if Mama Noise? What if the song was about head? That would be really uncomfortable. Like she done gave the song Holy Ghost, but she talking about giving head. That's a really uncomfortable moment.
But see, when she spoke in another tongue, we didn't know what she was saying.
Oh, she was speaking the unknown tongue.
That's
what it was. What if?
Nope. And see, Anthony Bruce, we did not say that.
A Holy Ghost orgy. That's weird.
Nope.
I don't know. Orgies don't seem fun to me. That seems a little convoluted.
Indeed.
I don't know how we got to orgies, but
nope.
That's where we are right now. Hey, Barbara. That's cousin Barbara. She said, I think sex and church go hand in hand, or you wouldn't yell, oh God. That's a good point, Barbara.
Wow.
That's a good point. Because you do, if it's good, you do call on the Lord, don't you?
You know what? We used to get in church and get in trouble all the time because Lloyd would be like, we finna go home and have some praise and worship.
We would have praise and worship.
And they would be stop saying it like that. Y'all,
I said, well, I was my house.
You like, what?
I can say what I want. It's my house. You can't tell me what to say in my house.
You're like, okay, I don't remember in scripture where the Lord covers his eyes. Matter of fact, he encourages it.
We would go home and have hot, lovely praise and worship.
That's what we
I
said.
would throw my holy hands in the air.
Nope. That's enough. Nope. Really?
I would call on Lord. I would call the Lord, Barbara.
Yes.
You're right. You was
Thank
right,
you.
Barbara.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
There was this one time when
Nope.
Mama Noise.
Nope. Thank you.
Was I muted?
So glad.
Oh man.
See, look at him talking about some humming and a little bit of nope.
Yeah, some shaking. It feel like shouting or something.
Azaria, close your screen. Your father's doing the most.
Okay. Listen, we got an interesting show for y'all tonight. I got to tell you, I hate that y'all missed the intro. The intro was so fire. Oh, my God. Shout out to the great Prince for giving us the background music and our little Asian friends for giving us a little dance that they gave us. That was fire.
Yeah.
But we got a good show for y'all tonight. Where should we start, Mama Noise? Because we got into a conversation in our group chat. Our group chat is fire, by the way. And we got to a good conversation talking about girls and boys and how we view the world today. And you know, when we see videos of tremendous interest, we like to bring them to the masses so that we can discuss them together. And here was one. Where's several? We got several we want to show y'all tonight, and we're gonna pile them up into a little presentation here. Because there's been a lot of arguing back and forth on social media between the girls and the boys, and black men and black women, and really it's black men and men and women, period. And men are saying black women ain't shit, and women are saying black men ain't shit, and it's been real convoluted, as they say. And so there are varying opinions as to how all of this has unfolded. So we're going to give you several different opinions tonight to let you see how it's unfolded. So here is very popular ESPN sports analyst and host Stephen A. Smith talking about marriage, actually, and the role of a man.
Is for a man, and I say this to people, and I've said this to black men, I've said this to white men, I've said this to everybody. I said, this is where real men come into play, where we all in this together. If you are a real man, you want to provide for your family. Mm-hmm. To those out there, you ain't a real man if you ain't thinking about providing for your family. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take all the money for yourself and you don't want to give nothing to anybody else and you want to leave everybody else hanging while you live the good life, that is not a man. A man provides. That's what men do when you have a family. Any man, I don't give a what ethnicity you are, when you have a concern as to how you're going to pay your bills,
scary time.
There is nothing worse.
Scary.
There is nothing worse.
Because then you don't feel like you can be a man.
That's right.
Right.
There's nothing worse. I don't care if you have a woman with money.
You still don't feel like you're a man.
You don't feel like you're a man.
Right.
Because it's like she could make $2 million a year.
No matter.
If you made $300,000 a year, to her $2 million, you still okay.
Yes.
Because you know you could provide for you.
For the lifestyle.
And you could provide for a certain lifestyle. Maybe not the lifestyle her salary gives you,
right,
but it ain't like you on the street.
Right. You're buying food, you're paying for rent, you can travel.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to make as much as her or whatever. But when you cannot provide
at all,
it is no worse feeling on the planet. That is as close to death spiritually as I've ever felt in my life, with the exception of losing my mother.
Wow.
Losing my brother was devastating. Losing my mother was just a different level. It's hard to explain and put into words what I went through after I lost my mother. But a close second was when I was unemployed.
Wow.
And wondering whether or not I was going to have a job.
And what was the lesson for you, and what did you learn or develop in that time?
First thing I learned is that don't give a about popularity. A whole bunch of people knew me. Well, there's a double-edged sword to that. That means they knew I was fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was popular. That means when I got fired, I was popular.
Right. Popular, talked about.
They're talked about. Exactly. They're popular for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So you can't give a about that. The other thing was, and the most important lesson, master my business. I thought popularity was people screaming my name in the streets. I paid little to no attention to revenue and ratings. I left that to other people.
Interesting.
So you know what that meant, Louis? I didn't know my worth. I had no clue.
Interesting. So that was one perspective of the who a man is and what a man is and all that good stuff. Another perspective that was interesting was this young lady right here in an impromptu interview in the street.
On a date, how much should I spend on that first date?
It doesn't matter. If there's a connection, it could be hot dogs in the park.
No, did you feel the same way when you were 22?
No.
What was the difference?
Educating myself, wisdom, being on the earth, understanding that someone can have means, but it doesn't mean they have to like show it right away. It's about connecting with someone.
What would the expectation have been back then as opposed to, now?
I think more of looking for someone to take care of me as opposed to I'm looking for someone that is going to be a partner that's going to complement what I'm already doing and what I've already got going on. I'm not going to be triggered or attached to any old patterns or old ways of picking someone. And I'm fine if I don't wind up having someone. I'm a whole person and
that's all you need.
That's all I need.
Very interesting there. So those were two interesting perspectives. And then there was one other one that really for me was quite interesting also. And this one came from the church house. The church house.
These men date you for 20 years. They should know by now. Either I'm the one or I'm not. They're gonna keep dangling me around like a carrot. And I'm wondering, is it gonna be this year? Is it gonna be this Valentine's Day? Is he gonna do it this Christmas? This your 20th year. No more. No more. He better see the oil in your life or he's gonna miss it. Whoever that's for, you better grab it. My husband knew in 2 days. Now we got married in 5 months. Cause ain't no need to be waiting. My flesh is hot. My mama gonna get me if she here. I'm doing stuff I ain't got no business doing. So when we get married, cause I got to be preaching and I don't want to be feeling guilty up there preaching to folks and ain't living right. So we gotta get married tomorrow. God said you in, I'm in, let's do this. We'll learn each other all the way. And we learning, baby.
So then the learning prompted this response. It made me wonder about this part right here. This is the last one.
Verbiage and idioms and their colloquialisms around sex are a fight. I'm about to smash. I'm about to pound. I'm about to break you off. I'm about to break your back. I'm about to. That sounds violent.
That sounds violent.
I don't want. Who wants that?
But let's face it. If porn is the main educator, porn is violent.
It is.
And so it's teaching men, like, hey, this is what erotic is.
Yeah.
Is violent.
Yeah.
You know, there's some little girls who've seen porn and they're like, it's terrifying, it's violent, I never want to do that. I'm like, honey, that's not what lovemaking is.
Right.
That is violent.
Yeah, it is violent.
And I'm so sad of how porn has traumatized our world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every little boy, every kid, every man who's seen it, every woman who's seen it is traumatizing you. It's in some way or another. It may be traumatizing your what could be sweet sex between you and your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's traumatizing your brain. It's taking up your brain space.
Absolutely correct.
Do you know now we have so many young men who are struggling with erectile dysfunction because of porn?
Jeez.
One of the ways to help heal and solve erectile dysfunction is to stop looking at porn.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know about that last part. I think she made that part up. But nevertheless, it does highlight the diversity of thought across the spectrum as to what is wrong with male and female relationships in our society, or the girls and the boys. So you can start wherever you like, cuz. Oh, Mama Noise. What is wrong with the girls and the boys? Is it education? Is it perception? Is it spiritual in our spiritual foundations? What is the reason why the girls and the boys are tearing each other up on the internets and making the situations what they have been? What's the problem?
Well, I think it starts with Stephen A. Smith's comment.
Okay.
But it feels like to be a man. He was some would listen to that and say, well, you know, he's partly right. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe he took it a little too far when he says it feels like death, but we give some credit to it. I give very little credence to what he was saying, because if a woman can't pay her bills, she feels just as bad as any man.
Right. Yeah, I think everybody feels bad when they can't pay their bills. I don't know if that's a
right
gender-based situation.
So men don't own the depression that's caused when you can't pay your bills, or you are short a month or two, or whatever the case may be. But your manhood is not tied to your wallet or your ability to pay. I would love to have asked him. He said he was unemployed and he felt less than a man. I would have loved to know, was he by himself unemployed, or did he have wife and kids to take care of?
He's never been married. He does have daughters. He has 2 daughters.
It's a different story when the reason why you are depressed or down is because others depend on you, versus you being by yourself and you just can't pay your bills. Then that's a totally different story to me. But we have confused what it is to be a man. And that's a part of our problem. Women don't know what true manhood is because they want a joker with money that can take care of them. And men don't know what true manhood is because they think it's all about their bank account, their wallet, what they're driving, and how they're living. So we don't know what it is, and therefore we have a lot of confusion in the community, in society in general.
You know, I believe it was the prophet Robin Thicke that said, and was sued accordingly, but he said, man, I hate these blurred lines. And I think what cousin Barbara said is correct. Parents telling you one thing, church telling you something else, your friends telling you something else, the internet tell you something else. It's a lot of confusion going on right now about what the role of a man and what the role of a woman is supposed to be. Mama Noy, what are your thoughts? You got to unmute, baby girl.
I agree. I believe when teaching in the school system, where our kids are searching for what they are to become or what it takes to be, our young men, and they don't have it, they're not seeing it, they don't have, there's a lot. Young men and young women. I mean, I guess I grew up in a time where, if my mom couldn't be there, my dad couldn't be there, then, a family member, grandmother, someone could be there. But what I'm seeing is a whole lot of absence of the father, absence of the mother. And we have said many times here on this here podcast that grandmama is missing, because she's like, look, I done raised my kids. I ain't cooking no more. We ain't having family meetings no more. I'm finna go to the gambling boat. I'm finna go and get my hair done. I'm finna start traveling. I ain't got time for family. And nobody's trying to take that from her. That, that she would, she had lived her life where she's taking care of everybody else. And if she wants to do some stuff, that's fine. But it just seemed like grandmothers of old and aunts of old were like, look, I'm available. We're helping raise the children together as a family, or like that saying that kind of gets thrown around flippantly, it takes a village.
Right.
We had a village, and now there's an absence of that. And so we say, well, the family don't have to do it, the internet can. So the internet is taking all the gloves off. We used to, like, certain information we give to our kids kind of gradually, as they can handle it. The internet's like, whatever you want to know, just ask the question and I'll be happy to tell you. And you like, it's not that you wanted to keep it from your kids. It's just that you like, I'm giving you this information and teaching you and cultivating you as you can handle it. But, when everything is at your fingertips, well,
Well, that's one of the reasons why I thought the second video with the girl was interesting, because the question that he asked her that you guys may or may not have missed, he said, when you were in your 20s, did you think the same way about this that you do now that you're in your early 40s? And she said, absolutely not. She said, when I was in my 20s, I wanted all of the fluid out into this and to that and to everything else. But as you get older, you start to realize who you are, and you realize your own self-worth and and all of those things. And then it's not the same thing.
You said in her 20s, what?
She said when you're in your 20s, because the question he asked her was, the first question he asked her was, do you want to go out? If I would want to take you out, would it matter where I took you? And she said, absolutely not. As long as we're going out to have a good time, you ain't got to take me to a 5-star restaurant. You ain't got to do this, you got to do that. Let's just go out and have a good time and get to know one another, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a woman in her early 40s now. So, single woman in her early 40s. Now, she said when she was in her 20s, that was not her mindset. And societally, that's probably, that journey that she personally took is probably true, more true now than it ever has been, because the expectations of what a man is supposed to do for you in your 20s versus the expectation of what you need him to do in your 40s is completely different. Now, the problem with all of it is that a lot of it's not rooted or grounded in anything other than what Anthony Bruce said, which is capitalism. What can I gain personally from this relationship? When you stop thinking with a financial mindset and you start thinking with one that is more spiritual or a combination of spiritual and emotional but also practical, then the whole thing starts to shift and change. But here's the problem. Oftentimes, that mindset is not interrupted in your 20s by anything or anybody. So it perpetuates all the way through to your 40s. So now you got 40-year-old women, 50-year-old women out here still trying to get flew out. You're like, yo, you're too old for that. You're too old to be flued out. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? You still looking for your knight in shining armor. I was listening to Steve Harvey, and he got one of them letters. The letters, what is the raspberry letter? Strawberry letter? What is it?
Raspberry.
Blueberry letter, whatever it is.
Strawberry.
Okay. And so I'm just joking, but he got the letter, and the man said he was 68 and his wife or ex-wife was same age, whatever, and he had a 45-year-old daughter that was still trying to find her knight in shining armor. But he said, but my daughter is a hoe. He said, I know she's a hoe. I've been told many times around the neighborhood that she's a hoe, and that she done passed that thing out like cookies for Girl Scouts. And so he said, how do I tell her to stop wasting her time waiting for this thing and just start looking for something real? How do I explain that to her? And Steve was like, well, it might be too late because the mama done probably set the example that you use your poom poom to get what you want, and you used your mama to get the poom poom to get what you wanted. So y'all have set some really bad examples for her that are burned in her mind. And I'm wondering, are the examples that we're setting and the damage that it has done, is that why we have this revolving conflict on the internet and on social media between young men and young women, because we're perpetually damaging each other in real time? And so everybody, when we get damaged, we come back to social media and say, this nigga ain't shit. He did blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Just like the dude we showed some months back, where the dude flew the girl out. I flew this heifer out, and she don't want to do that, blah, 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 blah. So you can catch your own, blah, 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 blah. And all of this real-time aggression is doing real-time damage to our community. Because it's sending the wrong message as to who and what we are, or what we should be, and what relationships should be.
Well, I think some of the problem is that why are we trying to just go out with someone you really know in your heart before you just go out with them that you really have no intentions of this? This is just, he's like a placeholder. You just saying, okay.
Mama Noise, I'm gonna do you one. I mean, cut you off, but I'm gonna do you one better. Why are we going out, period, if we don't know why we're going out? Like, real talk. What the fuck are we going out for? And I ain't talking about dating. I'm talking about the individual. What is your purpose with going out with this person? Is it just to get some sex? Is it sex? Because you ain't got to go spend money for sex. You can pretty much just stand in the middle of a Walmart or you know, go in. You can stand in the middle of a church and say, Pastor, I'd like to make an announcement.
Oh my gosh.
If anybody would like to meet me after church,
nope.
For a one-on-one session,
nope,
of the laying on of hands, I will be available. I'll be standing over by the children's church.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
And guess what? While people will act like they're horrified in the service, you and brothers will walk right over there and say, baby girl, let me talk to you. I'm saying you ain't got to go through all these extra efforts. It is just about sex. So then what is the purpose of going out? What is the purpose, cuz?
I believe most young ladies probably go out hoping that there's a connection. But if there is no connection, then I'm going to have my fallback and he going to get me something good to eat. If it doesn't work, if there is no connection, if the conversation is not good, if I find out some things that I absolutely can't deal with, then all is not lost. I got Red Lobster. Most young men go out for sex. And you can't blame them for that because everything in our society says that that's what matters. I was on the college campus a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, and the Saturday night that we were there, college students go out on Saturday nights. It was kind of chilly on the college campus that night. Chilly for me being where I live. 50 degrees is kind of chilly. It was about 45 degrees. And
That's chilly. That's chilly.
And the line to get into the frat houses, and the line to get into the clubs, and the line to get into the popular restaurants, and the young ladies walking down the strip from the college campus, not a one had on a jacket or a sweater. Everybody had their titties out, arms out, belly out,
arms out.
Well, I'm trying to paint a picture for you, Mom.
Yeah.
As not a one cared about whether or not it was cold. All they cared about is whether or not they looked cute to some young man that would see them. So if you put yourself out there, that even when it's 40 degrees outside, you still walking around here with your shit out, then I know what you about.
Now let me ask you a question.
We used to say we couldn't wait till it got warm because the hotter it get, the more the clothes come off.
That's true.
These bitches walking around here naked all the time.
Let me ask you a question.
I say something
Was
wrong?
I'm just listening.
You know what you're saying.
Let me ask you a question. Was it that was wild. Was it sexy or was it overt? Because I don't mind a woman coming out looking attractive. I don't think any of us mind that. But you're saying that the girls were on display. T.O.P. As we like to say on this show, titties on the plate.
In 45-degree weather.
That seems a little aggressive.
The young men know what you're trying to do. We all recognize it was chilly. It was chilly.
Yeah.
Chilly.
And not the meal.
They don't care. They want to be seen, and they want to be seen with their goods out. Half out. So if I go out with you, how am I not supposed to think about them goods that you already showed me?
You know, what's funny about what you're saying is that I was just having a conversation with Hananiah, and she said, you know, back in your days, the skirts was all the way down to the ankle. I said, wait a minute. My day. I said, but it's funny that you would say that because I remember when school changed the dress code and said no bare midriffs because crop tops was coming on the scene and they didn't want you to have your belly out and you had to have sleeves. You couldn't have sleeveless and you know all this other stuff they had in as far as the school dress code. And so when Jay says all this stuff was on display, it's almost like you basically saying I have low self-esteem because I think that if you can't see my chest, if I can't show you my legs, if I can't show you my arms and all of what you could possibly get, then, you know, maybe you won't choose me because that means, you know, I got to have something else to offer.
You said low self-esteem, huh?
Well,
this
I mean,
seems like a high price to pay for shrimp and penis. Like that seems like it's a high price to pay.
huh?
Is that what we're talking about? Girls are saying, I'll take these clothes off if it means I can get some lobster and some.
No, what it's saying is I can't be recognized without being half naked.
That's what. Okay, that's what
We
I'm.
train them to believe that.
Yeah.
So the boys have also believe it, and hey, I guarantee you this much: wasn't no young man walking around half naked.
No.
It was girls.
Yeah.
But I have seen brothers, open up, drop a few buttons to try to make the thing work. Let me drop the buttons down to here and see, I don't know if they're doing it in 45-degree weather, but
Mr. Them boys had on sweatshirts and them boys had on jackets. They were not half naked, I promise you.
No. I believe you. So, but okay, so who's telling them though? That's coming from somewhere, isn't it? Like somebody in society is displaying to them.
Somebody saying that you looking too, I don't want to say humble, but you looking, you don't look attractive. You're not attracting anyone because they need to be able to see you, see your appearance. It's more about what your appearance instead of what's going on in your, what kind of person you are.
Is attractive the right word, or is it the reason why I ask that question is because if there's 20 titties out and 20 thighs out, now it's a Miss America pageant. And how do I decide? Do I decide based on your talent or perceived talent? Is it a swimsuit contest? Like, what's going to, you understand what I'm saying? Like, because see, if everybody's using the same strategy, because they're being told this is how you get your meal paid for tonight, this is how you get your drinks in the club, this is how you get in the club, then then now all of a sudden, because here's the thing, if everybody's doing it, then nobody is winning, are they?
Everything from our movies to our media to entertainment, everything across the board is telling our girls, if you want a guy that looks like this, you got to do this. You got to look like this. You got to add this. And I mean, it's
but you know what's interesting, Barbara and Mama Noise and Cuz, I know people will say, well, the men ain't being asked to do that. They're not being asked to do it the same way.
Yeah.
But there is a competition amongst the men now as well. Because a man is now being asked, if you can't buy me the top of the line liquor at the bar, if you can't pay for my meal, there's a viral video where the girl went on a date, and we talked about it on Court. The girl went on a date and she got like 40 something oysters or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
She got the oyster bar. She got like 40 oysters as appetizers and sucked them all down. And then after she sucked all the oysters down, she ordered like a steak and some, sides or whatever. And the dude went into the bathroom. He said, okay, well, I'll be back. And he left. And left us sitting there with the bill. Because he was like, what do you think I look like? I mean, we were supposed to come out and get a nice, meal. But he didn't even order nothing. He was like, man, you done ordered up all this expensive ass food. And then you expect me to pay for it with no guarantees in his mind? That brother bounced.
Okay. Well, then, men, let me ask the question. Would you or would you not know that this is the type of woman that you've taken out before you ask her out?
Oh man, what a question!
Oh,
Mama
you know,
Noise.
a woman is, if she's already sizing up what your wallet by saying where we going, where we, you know, like all that matters. I'm not saying that you don't want to go somewhere nice or that you don't want to have, you know, but for me, I guess I'm just not built like that.
Well, Mama Noise, you got to take yourself completely out the equation.
I'm trying to take myself out of the equation,
yeah,
but I'm
you
gonna tell
can't
you
be in this conversation like that.
Let me throw this in for free. For the first time in my entire time on IG, I got almost 400 likes to a comment that I made. It's on a IG reel, and the lady said her and her husband had their time frame of getting married and engaged and stuff was similar to Mr. Noise and I. She said her first date, they spent 7 hours just talking about life, about what they want, about, you know, the things that, you know, just talking to each other. And see, to me, if you done the first time you sit down and talk with somebody, you spending time with them, just kind of finding out who you're dealing with here. You know, if this is a person you want to go spending all this stuff with. I just think that.
Well, I don't know if you know in 7 hours all the time. Like some people don't.
No, I'm not saying every time, but I'm saying you got to know the person. That guy knew when he took her out that she was somebody that was going.
But Mama Noise, to Cuz's point, I don't know if he knew. I don't know because listen, a person can tell you. Listen, most of the time when you're in a dating situation, you don't always. Most of the dates that I went to on back in the day, that I'm dating myself now, because you tell me if I'm way off. Most of the women that I dated prior to Mama Noise, I met their representative. I didn't meet them until weeks and months later. And then after we got to know one another a little bit, that's when I started seeing the real them. And I was like, oh, no, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. you get their makeup, you get their hair, you get their nice presentation, you don't get the real until you start really getting people and breaking them down and asking them really tough questions that they can't wiggle out of. You don't get the real person.
But you met that person. That's the person that you decided you wanted to date.
Yeah, but Mama Noise, there's a difference between I want to date you and I want to build something with you. And I don't mind you sending your representative for the date, but I don't want you to just keep sending your representative every time we date. Now, this makes it increasingly harder if the first time you send your representative, you send me titties on a plate. Now I'm confused because I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? Because you're not offering you're offering what you have. Those are two different things. You understand what I'm saying? So if you saying, here are my titties, here's my thighs, I got this great punani, open your eyes, then now I'm confused. Are you looking for a relationship or a moment? Like Anthony Bruce said, am I Mr. Right or Mr. Right now? So I understand why the brother was confused because she probably brought titties on a plate to the dinner, and then she started eating up all these oysters. He's like, whoa, what are we doing? Like, what is this?
As far back as I can remember, as a young man in the dating game, I've been playing the game I played the game for many years. Women have always had a reason to go out with a guy.
Okay.
We're trying to make them look like something now because they're saying you got to buy me dinner or a nice dinner. But used to be back in the day, Negro didn't have a shot at a girl unless he was riding in a nice car that was clean.
Right.
So we would spend hours at the car wash buffing in a shot and a vacuuming and a smell good this and spray a little cologne, trying to get the car just right. So when we ride down the strip, them hoes would see the car.
Oh, wow.
I'm just keeping it real now. I'm just keeping it real.
You are, brother.
a little bit slower than normal.
Oh, damn.
Be down. The windows would be down. That was all a way to attract a woman.
Mm-hmm.
True.
There was something in it for her. She wanted to be seen riding in your Camaro, riding in your Z28, riding.
Oh, sounds personal.
That go too far back?
No. You just dated yourself, but it's all good.
Oh, Z28. I hear you.
I said back in the day. That's what I'm talking about.
Z28.
Okay, so this has always gone on that you have to bring something to the table in order to attract a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So is this as simple as we need to understand the adjustment of the economy?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Wow.
I'm just asking. Is the price just going up? Is that all it is? The value of $1 is the same today is not the same as it was yesterday.
Price is going up. Oh, I don't think it's going up at all. In fact, I think it's been discounted way too much.
Bam.
Because you used to have to work much harder to get a woman than you have to now. So I don't think the price is going up.
I can't believe I'm about to confess.
I think
I'm about to confess something on this show, cuz
the fact that it's been discounted so much,
okay,
it makes it hard for a woman to demand respect and the attention she should get.
I'm gonna make a confession that I can't believe I'm about to make in front of my daughter.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it though in a way that's respectful to my wife.
Thank you. Dear.
I don't remember. I'm trying to. I've gotten older, as you can see by the gray hair. I don't remember too many opening night hookups. In fact, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think there were any. I may not have any on my record. Like one day, I meet you the first day in its own kind of situation. I don't think I have that on my record. I might have. I'm trying to be respectful to the journey, and I may have one or two, but I don't think I do. I can't think of any that was on the first night, right off the top. It was cracking.
Okay.
Like you said, cuz you had to work a lot harder. Like it wasn't just an instant giveaway. It wasn't like,
instant giveaway.
I mean, I'm just being honest now. Cuz journey might be different than mine. I don't remember no.
I'm positive.
The very first night it was on popping.
He is shaking his head with.
And let me say this: when I say that, I mean post college. Now college is different. I don't really count college. College is a different monster.
I don't count.
You can't count college. College, everybody was wild in college.
That's the training.
But like actual dating, I don't remember. There weren't too many of those.
That's the training ground.
Yeah. But here's the other part. What I grew in college to understand that wasn't the right way to handle it too. So a lot of that, I ain't trying to, first night was as much on me as it was on her. Like there was a respect thing. Like I'm saying, I ain't trying to just knock this, that ain't what this is. I'm looking for something else. So my mindset had changed as well. But it's interesting to your point, because I don't know if is there a fear of young ladies and young men that, well, I call it the Eminem factor. You only get one shot. So you got to get it right now while you can, get all you can, because you may not get this opportunity again. Like, I'm trying to understand where the mindset of today's dater is. And I don't know if it's even age related. It may not even be age related. It may just be what it is right now in the culture. And how much of it is that men ain't shit and women ain't worth nothing that is fueling the mindset of get what you can now?
I didn't hear anything Jay said.
That's because y'all got that choo-choo train. Y'all ready? Mama Noise, can you hear me? I remember back in the day, young ladies would spend all day Saturday getting their hair done. And that was really just about, other than the jeans, it was the hairdo that used to attract young men back in the day. Her body, yes, but it wasn't half nakedness. It was her hairdo. Spent all day frying, dyeing, and laying to the side, getting it just right. Now that's not the case. It's young ladies don't care about their hair nearly as much. It's all about have nudity, if you will. Our society is in trouble. Our young men and our young ladies are in trouble because we don't know the purpose of dating. We don't know the purpose of getting together. We're doing it for strictly pleasure, for somebody to make me feel good, feel wanted. But we've never been taught the purpose. And the reason why we haven't been taught the purpose is because dads are not in the home to tell their young daughters and their sons why you're dating, the purpose behind it.
Do the dads know?
That's part of the problem, because see, Stephen A. Smith obviously doesn't know what manhood is.
I'm gonna say, if the dad is a hoe, then how can he tell anybody anything?
Let me tell you something. My father, God rest his soul, when I think at one point my mom was considering me moving down there with my dad and his wife. So I went down there to stay for a little while. I don't know where I went, but I met some guy some guy that he looked like a nice guy. He seemed nice to me. And so he tried to come by my dad's house because I told him, I was staying there with my dad. And so he tried to come to the door. My father said, he was saying, "How you doing, sir?" My father said, "Nope." I was like, "Daddy, you ain't even ask him his name. You ain't trying to talk to him." And he said, "I don't have to." It's like, he's just like flat out no. I'm like, what is it? Where they do that? And see, the thing is that, see, now at my mom's, my mom would have said, "How you doing, young man? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, nice to meet you, so, whatever, whatever." My dad was like, "Nope." And I said, "Why you ain't give him a chance, opportunity? He ain't need no opportunity. You don't need to be, it ain't what you need to be right now. You don't need to be trying to." And I was like, how you just going? So I'm just agreeing with you that if it's not set by example in the home to help our daughters understand it, okay, I know at some point you will find somebody that you like and that you want to date or whatever, but it just can't be the number one priority.
I got news for both of y'all. And I hear a lot of people say that, especially a lot of us good Christian folk. We say, you've got to set the example in the home. If you don't set the example in the home, they won't know. Well, here's the reality. That sounds good and spiritual, but the truth is, you're going to set an example one way or the other.
No, well, now that's true.
And most of us have already set an example. And we think, you can tell your kids one thing, but the example that we talking about ain't what you said, it's what you're doing. So you might be spiritual as all get out, love Jesus, carry your Bible every Sunday. But if this kid got 3 uncles in the last year,
then you
all your
saying
Bible
one thing
told don't mean shit. Like it don't mean nothing.
You saying one thing, but your actions say differently.
But you also have to come butt naked as clean with your kids once they reach a certain age. Too many parents are fearful to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And if you're willing to lay it out for them and have them to understand the mistakes that you made and why you're in the position that you're in, if you're willing to tell some truths, then you can still reach them. The problem is too many of us want to play holy rollers as if we ain't ever given that kitty cat out like kibbles and bits and as if we've never chased girls. I'm not the best example, but my daughter pretty much knows everything because I made it a point to teach her. I didn't want her to think that I've been married for 30 years and that's the wholeness of my life. That's not the wholeness of daddy's life.
But because this is where I would disagree with you. Because I think you are the right example. I think if more young ladies knew that men can or have the potential, I'll say it this way. Men have the potential to evolve into the person that you would like or desire if you're willing to be patient with them, then we would have a better success rate. But the problem is most people are looking for perfection in the dating process. That's not how that shit works. You want a man or a woman that's got all this together? Rarely, if ever, does that happen. And I'm sorry, even the person that quote unquote has it together in some areas. Let's say they got a great job and financially they are killing the game. They making 6 figures or whatever. It's like Stephen A. Smith. She making $2 million. 9 times out of 10, there is deficiency somewhere else. 9 times out of 10. Because think about this. This is me trying to keep it as real as I can. A woman in today's society that can drive her individuality to make $2 million a year has sacrificed some other things in some other areas. And most likely, those areas are probably emotional. So that means because it's hard to climb the corporate ladder with a bunch of emotion. It's hard to sit in a room full of white people, white men, and be emotional. They're looking for something else. They're not looking for you to cry and carry on and complain or whatever. They're looking for logical solutions to business problems. So you can't come in there with an emotionality and expect to be successful in corporate America. You have to have balance. So yeah, you might make it to that level, but at the same time, what does that mean from an emotional perspective? What does that mean from a psychological perspective? What does that mean from a interactuality perspective? Do you have the ability to connect with people in real ways and to open up in real ways? Some people do, some people do not. So it's a tricky game. It's a tricky game to play today.
I just think that we're not having enough conversation. I think
no, we having a lot of conversations, Mama Noy. We're just having really bad ones.
We're not telling the truth.
I see a lot of young people trying to tell, and it's wild. To me, it's so wild to see young podcasts out here going on tours and telling the other young people, "Oh, this is all you got to do," and this, that, the other. I saw one the other day, and the girl said, you want a man who is emotionally, what was the term she used? Emotionally intellectual or emotionally intelligent or something like that. An emotionally intelligent man is not looking for X, Y, and this, that, and the other. And I just wanted to ask you, I said, ma'am, are you married? Well, no, I'm not married. Then what the are you talking about? I'm so sick of these theorizing podcasts where they all these guys and girls are just spouting out unfounded, untested theories about how relationships and marriage work, and none of you niggas been married. That's like somebody that's like me telling Bobby Flay how to cook. He don't need me to tell him shit. He know how to cook. He know what flavor look like. Now I might be able to give him my perspective of how cooking works if I've cooked, but you're not going to tell nobody that's been married 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, stop it. We don't want to hear what you got to say. You ain't got nothing to tell us. You don't even know what it's like to be in the fire. I struggle with that. I'm be honest with you. I struggle with that. And then the information that you're giving out from a single perspective, most of it is scarred or jarred or damaged information. So you're not giving people the healed stuff of this is how I got through it. This is how I made it over. This is how I'm doing better. I've learned from this perspective. So now I'm ready to start doing it this way. You just telling them men ain't this and men ain't that and women ain't this and hoes and this, that, and the other, and they suck you and blow you and this, that, and the other. Hold on. That's not helping.
Oh yeah, I saw the podcast. It was saying all that. It's like
what are you talking about? Sometimes I listen to these podcasts and I go, y'all don't know. Y'all got 5 people on this stage and none of you niggas know what y'all talking about.
I mean, I was like, and to me, I think the girl in the audience only said that to stir up the podcasters, because all the guys was like, what? And they all stood up trying to see who she was and stuff. And I'm like, okay,
and to be specific, because Cuz is probably lost now what we're talking about. There's a popular podcast, and this girl in the audience got up there and said, what do you do if you give good head and you what she said something about sucking the soul out of somebody or something.
Yeah.
And everybody on the podcast went crazy, like, oh, and so they clipped that out as the viral moment. And now that's the part that goes viral. None of the context of why she said it, or none of that's the part you want to go viral. So going back to what Anthony Bruce said about capitalism, it's more important for me to go viral in this moment than to put out information that is good and helpful and community building. So we just want to say salacious shit all the time. I get it, because that's how you run the numbers up. That's how you do it, by saying salacious stuff. But the problem with that is that the damage societally is irreparable. You cannot repair it. You can't. Because some young girl who barely got a high school diploma has heard that now, and she's saying, well, I don't want to work at McDonald's my whole life, but I got a big ass and some big titties. So if I let get my head game up, I might be able to come up.
Yeah.
And that becomes the mantra.
I keep hearing that everywhere on all platforms is the come up. The come up. How can I get the come up? All these girls all these women on. Look, just think about how many the Real Housewives of the Potomac, of New Jersey, of Florida, of Real Housewives of the NBA. They tried to come out with one for the NFL and of Atlanta and all these other places. These shows and stuff are showing these girls that you need to do what they do in order to get the come up, where all I do is rest and dress.
Andy Bruce said, do you think people are more complex now? Ooh, interesting question.
No,
I do not. I think we've made the context of what relationships are supposed to be more complex than it has to be. That's the part. Let me tell you something. I am wildly uncomfortable with an older white woman telling me anything about,
You mean like at the beginning of the show?
I was like, what? I say, I understand what she's trying to say, but first of all, some of that you're just making up. Like, that's not even true.
Can I say how I was listening to what she was saying, but the part that made me uncomfortable was the way she was. We have to. If you had your eyes closed and hear what she was saying, it was
like you sound like porn right now.
That's what I okay. I was like okay.
Like porn. Like if I wasn't 100% sure what this was, I'd say this was porn. I
was like,
you sound like a sex worker.
I'm trying to figure out why you keep trying to say it like that. She just kept saying it's just so, and it's so, and guys, we need to blah blah blah. I was like, and then they had this little funky little music in the background, so that only solidified why we said it sounded like.
I would like us, like Cuz said, I would like us to find better ways to authenticate the message than what we've done. I think we've made this. I think that's the problem. It's not the people who are more complex. The message is far more complex than it's ever been, and it's convoluted, and it's frustrating because you're just like, man, you niggas, y'all just saying stuff, and it ain't making sense. Like it makes sense, and a lot of it ain't even been tested. It ain't even been tested. You trying to tell me you've gone through this and that and the other, and you ain't gone through nothing. You know why I watch cooking shows, cuz? Because them chefs can cook. They're the best of the best. You know why I listen to my grandmama tell me shit how to cook shit? Because she's cooked it before. She's 99. She's done cooked up a lot of stuff. She know how to do it. She was married 50 years. I'm going to go to her before I go to anybody about how to stay married.
So
go ahead,
let me say
that got me on the red today.
Let me say this part here. One of the things I've tried to do, the reason why I say I'm not perfect at it, but one of the things I've tried to do is I've taught my daughter that when I was a boy, I did boyish things. I've never wanted her to think that I was a virgin when I got married. I wasn't going to tell that lie. I wanted her to understand that I was a male and I did male things. But that as I became a man, I put away my boyish things. And I put on the hat or the armor of, or the mindset of a man. Not enough of our dads are teaching our young people that. So that when they interact with other young people, they know that they're interacting with someone that's immature. And you can't give them that which they want because you know that they're going through a stage, a season in their lives. So don't fall victim to someone that's not ready, that's not mature enough to handle situations. That's what I mean about with our kids.
That's a good word.
Talks to me and she'll say in a heartbeat, Daddy, he's so immature. She's so immature. Because I have told her that that's really what's out there when you're in your teens. You're still learning yourself. Too many parents don't break it down to their kids so their kids can understand the seasons that we go through in life. And don't mess up so bad in a season that you spend the rest of your life trying to recover from it.
Boy, that's a word right there. That's a word from the Lord. Because the truth of the matter is, you're 1,000% correct. You look back over your life, and there's a critical period from 18 to 23, 24, 25. Some people extend it on into 27, 28, where you could really F that thing up. Like really bad. Because your emotional, psychological, spiritual immaturity and even physical immaturity is going to lead. Here's the worst part about being young and dumb. Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, you're not equipped to handle what your body is able to do physically as it relates to relationships. Now, physically, you could never have been better. You're stronger than you've ever been. You're harder than you've ever been. You're wetter than you've ever been. All of those things are true. So from that perspective, you're ready. The problem is your ass ain't ready.
You mentally, you're not there.
You're not ready. You're about to stumble into something because it feels good, and that is going to make things really bad because now you're not thinking. Now you're pulling into the drive-thru at Taco Bell at 2 a.m. because you like Taco Bell. Hey, let me go get some Taco Bell. And you don't see that. And listen, at 23, Taco Bell don't do nothing to your body. It just digests, it goes in, out, and it's good. It tastes good, you're fine. But the problem is, when you get 35, and for sure when you get into your 40s and 50s, you're going to feel that Taco Bell.
It's going to take you out.
It's going to take, and that's the point. All of what you're doing, you're laying a path for your long term that's going to come back to get you. You think it's not coming back to get you, but it is going to come back to get you. And sometimes it comes faster than others. Some people end up pregnant. Some people end up with several baby mamas or baby daddies or whatever. Some people end up with a disease. Some people end up emotionally and psychologically scarred from the relationship. It could be all types of things that can happen. But you think, as when you're young, oh, it's fine. You're young. This is what you do when you're young. You can do it, but your ass gonna pay for it at some point.
Well, I think that's why it's so important foundationally in the beginning. I just keep thinking to myself, if my father would have been present in my life early, not just as a child. I mean, at that adolescent period, that, you know, once I became a teenager point in my life, to tell me how valuable I am, to tell me, validate me. I think that I would have thought twice about giving the gift of my virginity away to somebody that didn't understand its value. I would have, I mean, not saying I couldn't like him, not saying that, you know, I couldn't care for him or whatever, but my priceless gift to give to somebody who, as you guys so eloquently put, that wasn't mature enough to be able to handle. And then I will tell you, I'm always full disclosure here on this here podcast, is that, you know, it's almost like I was trying to give him an adult responsibility that he wasn't mature enough to handle. Like, I'm sitting here thinking that when you don't know who you are and you don't know your value, you saying this young man is going to rescue me.
But Mama Noise, can I co-sign what you just said? That's really one of my fears of getting kids Barbie doll houses and Ken dolls and shit at an early age, because it says you're not emotionally mature enough to understand what you're playing with. We tell girls at an early age, here's this Barbie doll house, here's Ken, here's Barbie. They can play house. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? You play
without
house.
explanation, play house.
And we leave the kids in the room for hours playing house,
pretending to,
without any context of what it is.
That's right.
Listen, I want to create a Barbie doll line. Cuz, will you help me?
Oh no.
And Mama Noise, will you help me? We gonna call it, this shit is real.
There ain't nobody gonna buy the house.
And it's gonna be Shaniqua and Tyrone.
Oh no.
And they're gonna look good. They're gonna look real sexy. But they're gonna come with some shit. Like in the instructions, I'm gonna say Tyrone need to pay bills monthly. And Shaniqua need to if she don't take up her birth control, it's gonna be some real problems in Shaniqua's life. Like, we need to lay out some real expectations for this shit, because our kids don't understand. You're not ready for what you're asking. Let me tell you something. Every time I see some of these prom pictures with these half-dressed girls, and they got and the titties is out, you like, I cringe, because I'm saying you are setting this child up for failure if she doesn't understand what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, Mr. Noise, there's a part of you that cringes, but there's another part of you that sees and observes. One of the other lessons that I tried to teach, my daughter and I did a lot of traveling together when she lived at home. And as we're going through the highways and byways of life, inevitably Daddy would notice fine Philly. Most dads would pretend to their daughter that they didn't see it, but they don't want their daughter to think that they know. Especially, I did just the opposite. I made sure my daughter knew that I saw her ass out, and I would bring it up to my daughter, the fact that her ass is out. I can see the bottom of her ass, and I'm telling you, to me, as a man, there's not too many more attractive parts of a woman's body than the bottom of that ass right there, that bottom part right there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, anyway, back to my story. I would make sure that she knew I saw it, so that she could understand that as she grows up and decides what to put on, that everything you put on, you may consider it innocent, but there are men out there that see you. Now, Dad is not going to do anything with what he's seeing, but you don't know what the next guy is going to do with what he's seeing. So I had to teach her to dress appropriately, because people will always see you. Men are going to always see you. Boys are going to always see you. And everybody's not going to turn their head.
I tell you what, my wonderful wife and my youngest, they go out walking 2 or 3 times a week. And in the morning, it is nothing. Oh, good night, Barbara. I know it's late there. God bless you, baby. They go out walking, and I know that as they walk, they get horns blown at them often, or some little, not even young dudes, older dudes. Hey, what y'all doing out here? What y'all doing out here? Cause let's be real. I'm gonna be honest. This, this ain't something I'm comfortable saying, but it's the truth. My youngest she built like a brick house. She's a beautiful girl, and so them old bastards be out there peeking and sneaking. And thank God she with her mama. But that's the reality. That's the reality. And if we don't, like you said, cuz, prepare them for that journey, the reality of that journey.
There you go.
Woo. I get nervous when my wife go out because I be like, where we ain't Muslim, but I don't mind you wearing one of them hijabs. What's it called? Wear that shit. Cover up. I know it's hot out there.
Never
But
stop.
Lord have mercy.
The true test of manhood. See, it's not about how much money you make. The true test of manhood is to never stop trying to teach those that you say you love.
Amen.
If you care so much about them, use life lessons and make sure that you teach them and prepare them for life. That's manhood. That's what you need a man in your life, or your kids need their father in their life to be a teacher. Yes.
Because let me ask you a question, because I know we're running out of time. Are you well, we'll just do it next Tuesday. Because we need to do a part 2 of this. Because we just said we need to teach them. What are the things I think we need to talk about next Tuesday that need to be taught? We need to actually teach and talk about those things. Because the reality is, if we don't lay it out for people, they may never know. And so we need to lay some of it out there for people to hear for themselves. Because the reality is, you're right. There's a generation of people that are growing up and they're getting some really bad information. I mean, really bad. And it's being hidden and masked in BS terminology. Emotional intelligence. Is emotional intelligence. What is that? That's just some stupid way of you trying to say that you're smart. No, that's not how this shit works. Y'all trying to sound way smarter than you actually are. That's not a smart statement. That just sounds like, you know what? I'm a teacher, and by nature, every teacher that I know will tell you the same thing. The worst thing to get is a paper from a student, a term paper or an essay or whatever you had to write. The worst thing to get is a paper from a student who's trying to sound intelligent. And you're like, what is this writing? What did you done wrote? This don't even make sense. You got all these big words and intelligent stuff. I don't mind using big words if you know what you're talking about, but 90% of y'all don't know what you're talking about. So now you done convoluted this whole thing and you sound ridiculous. So maybe next we'll do a part 2 and help people to understand just exactly what it's supposed to look like. So there you go. I know we gotta get out of here. This is so good. Go ahead, cuz.
I would say this. I know it's gonna be offensive to Mama Noise, but I don't give a damn. I put up with the bullshit that I put up with in my house for all these years because I refuse to allow someone else to teach my child. I had to give it to her the best way I knew how. And that I had to be present in order to do that.
Why do you think that would fit Mama Noise?
Because sometimes you say to a woman that I put up with bullshit, and they well I put up with you too. You can't say nothing to them. Truth of the matter is, we all put up with something, but
I was gonna say it's probably true though. We all put up with something.
But the reality is, the purpose of the relationship is to build. And if you're not pouring into your family every chance you get, one of the things that my daughter told me when she went off to school, she messaged me one day and she said, "Daddy, I heard everything you said. Well, you could have pushed me over with a feather right then and there." Because I believe that she only heard about half of it, because eyes would get glazed over. She got that old crazy ass stare, and I'm still talking. And I have to tell her, you know, shit, are you looking through me? Or are you looking at me? Are you listening? But she said, I heard everything you said. And sometimes I didn't want you to know I was hearing you, but I heard you.
And now it's coming to life. Yeah, now it's coming to life.
Thank you for everything that you tried to. That's manhood, guys. I'm serious. That's it. Now, whether or not we have a $1 million home, or a Bentley, or diamonds, and all that old bullshit, that ain't got nothing to do with manhood.
Here, I'm gonna end on this note. Here's what I think one of our major responsibilities are. We have gone to war. We've gotten our stripes and our promotions. And now new recruits are coming along. And the first thing you have to teach these new recruits, these children of ours, is how to walk through fields with landmines. And they are everywhere. They're everywhere. And if I don't, and guess what? The thing I need you to understand is that the world does not care that you stepped on it. Could care less.
Nope.
Matter of fact, there are parts of the world that expected you to.
Yep.
Simply because of the color of your skin.
Parts of the world set the mines for you.
They set the mines up for you. They put it in your path so that you could step on it.
Right.
If you don't send, so here's where I'm gonna end it. If you don't send your kids with a healthy understanding and a fear that if you don't pay attention to what's out there, you will become a victim of your ignorance. If you don't do that part, you probably failed them as a parent. I'm not saying they got to live in fear in order to keep from achieving, but they got to know this world is something to be, you got to pay attention to this world at all times. It's the Gideon factor. You can't slam your head in the water and just drink the water and think everything is going to be all right. Nigga, you better grab your hand, cup the water, and keep your eyes on the world. Because the enemy don't stop. All right, we got to go. Tomorrow, the 5, lot to discuss in the world of sports. Thursday, believe in the ACC. Lot to discuss specifically in the ACC. And then Saturday, we're going to have a good ass time. Going to laugh. Matter of fact, literally, I think the show, what did we title it, Mama Noy? It's a laughing ass game night. We just going to have a good time. That's what we do. We just have fun. We want you to join us and drink. Can you do both? Yes, you can. Drink and have fun. You laughing at me, Mama Noah?
You can drink and have a good time. Yes, you can.
You ain't got to choose. Just do both.
That's right.
That's the rock I had. Let me tell you something, Mama Noah. That's the rock I had this weekend. Was delicious. I see why niggas drink that shit. It was really good.
Oh my gosh.
It was. I enjoyed it tremendously. Huh? Well, I wanted to have a healthy drink. So I mixed Ciroc with tart cherry juice. And it was really good. It was really good. Now I probably drank it too fast. I couldn't taste the Ciroc for a while. I was like, where did Ciroc go? And I was just sucking it down. And then halfway through the show, I was like, oh, there it is.
Okay.
But it was fantastic. So anyway. All right. Y'all, we got to go. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the rewatch game. Appreciate y'all for coming in, watching it later, and still gleaming. Put your comments in the chat. We'd love to come back and look at them later. And because you know what it is, man. We enjoy you, man. And shout out to Al B and Ron and everybody else that normally comes through but couldn't make it tonight. We appreciate y'all. And I guess that's it for tonight. We out of here, right? Is that it?
Yep. And happy Veterans Day, Jay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's
Thank you for your service. I hear one word he said.
I'm talking. I don't know why you can't hear me. No. What?
We said thank you for your service. It's the trains in the back.
Thank you.